Good morning, students. So, we were reading the chapter The Turning Point written by APJ Abdul Kalam. Till now, we have read that Siva Subramania Iyer was APJ's teacher in class 5 and he was loved by all. Now, Dr. Kalam was inspired by him, and one day he taught the principles of flight of a bird to all the students in a classroom, but none of the students understood it. So he took them to the seashore and showed them the seagulls there. He asked the students to observe the flight of the bird and to understand it. The students recalled what they have studied in the classroom and understood the dynamics of a bird's flight. Now, why do you think that the students didn't understand it in the classroom, but it was easier for them to understand it on the seashore? The answer is because now, whatever the students have studied in the class, they were able to see it practically in front of them, and that is what helped the students in a better understanding of the concept. So, let's read further now, and we will be continuing with the guided reading. So, I want you all to repeat after me. Let's begin. For me, this incident was not merely an understanding of how a bird flies. That evening on the seashore of Rameshwaram, I decided that I wanted to study all I could about the concept of flight. At the time, I did not realize that eventually I would move towards the study of the science of flying. It was my teacher's lesson and the flight I had witnessed which inspired me to move towards this goal. Then one evening after class, I asked Mr. Iyer for advice. I told him of my interest in further studying the science of flight. He patiently explained that I should complete class 8, go to high school, and from there to college and take up the study of the sciences. This advice and the lesson of the flight of birds really gave me my mission for life. So Dr. Kalam understood the flight of birds, but this incident had a great impact on him and was the turning point of his life. That day only, Dr. Kalam decided that eventually means finally he would study science of flying. Then one evening after the class was over, he went to Sri Siva Subramania Iyer, his teacher, and asked him how he can pursue further studies in science of flight. Now the teacher, he told him that first he had to complete his class 8 and then he had to go to high school, and in college he can take up the study of sciences. So, this advice and the lesson of bird's flight given on the seashore gave a goal to Dr. Kalam and became a turning point of his life. Let's read the next paragraph now. So, when I went to college, I took up physics and then went on to study engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology. There I took up aeronautical engineering. My life was transformed. I became a rocket engineer, an aerospace engineer, and a technologist. The memory of my teacher encouraging me to ask questions and then showing real life examples to aid my comprehension remained with me all my life. After all, it had proved a turning point in my life. It initiated and eventually shaped my profession. Shri Siva Subramania Iyer was the catalyst who ignited our young minds by allowing us to ask questions and then answering them till we achieved complete understanding. An edited extract from My Teachers by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam took up physics when he started his college at the Madras Institute of Technology. He studied aeronautical engineering. Now, what is the meaning of aeronautical? Aeronautical means relating to the science or practice of building or flying an aircraft. So he studied aeronautical engineering there and his life was transformed. What is the meaning of transformed? Transformed means changed. And why was his life transformed? It was because of the lesson given by Shri Siva Subramania Iyer, his teacher. Now Dr. Kalam not only studied aeronautical engineering, but he also became an aerospace engineer and a technologist. And all of this happened because of his teacher. His encouragement, his teacher's encouragement to ask questions and for a better understanding of the concept, and his real life examples. His real life examples to aid. Aid here means help. Comprehension means understanding. So the real life examples given by the teacher helped in better comprehension, in better understanding of all the concepts that were taught by him, and this left a mark in Dr. Kalam's life, and it proved a turning point of his life. Now this incident, it initiated means started. It initiated and started. It started a spark in his mind, in Dr. Kalam's mind, and helped him to eventually shape his profession. Dr. Iyer acted as a catalyst. Catalyst means someone who sets something in that causes change. So he acted as a catalyst. Mr. Iyer, he acted as a catalyst. He changed something in. He changed the life of Dr. Kalam and ignited. Ignited means to set in motion. So he not only acted as a catalyst, not only changed their life, but also ignited the young minds. Ignited means to set in motion, to make the young minds to think. By and how? By allowing them to ask questions and then answer these questions in a practical way which achieved a complete understanding of the concept. So that's all for today. You will now read the last paragraph and record an audio and submit the same in the class group between 12 to 12:30. Be very particular about your reading, that is your pronunciation and your intonation. Thank you.